Live from the heart of New York City, it's The Morning Show with Mike and Juliet. Wednesday. An M&J exclusive. The marathon runner who wouldn't quit and the Good Samaritans who made sure he didn't. Today, their dramatic reunion. Mike Jarek and Juliet Huddy.
We'll all be watching tonight. Then tomorrow morning on the show, we'll have a full recap of the debate, but not that boring analysis like other shows do.
M&J time, baby.
We're going to have that. Our body language expert, Tanya Ryman, will be here, and comedian Chuck Knight, so watch for that tomorrow morning.
Little twist. All right. Speaking of races in the home stretch, yesterday we showed you some compelling video out of Chicago. A marathon runner trying to qualify for the epic Boston Marathon collapses just feet from the finish line.
He's going to be out here live in our studio in just a moment, yes. But first, how it all went down and how he went down at the Chicago Marathon. A Chicago marathoner collapses at the finish. His body has nothing left. All he can do is try to crawl to the end line. The runner is Tom Bedics. His pre-race goal of a time under 3 hours and 20 minutes is reachable just 10 yards away when his legs give out. Others can see that he's down, but they run on by. If Tom can make it across in time, his reward will be automatic qualification to the Boston Marathon. With only courage to fuel him on, he drags himself along the pavement on hands and knees. Suddenly, two fellow marathoners stop to help. One of the racers is Ryan McDevitt.
Just couldn't watch him just do it on his own there. We felt like I should help him out.
They stand Tom up on his feet and caringly guide him to the finish. Please welcome Tom Bedics himself and his wife, Colleen. Hi, Tom.
Hi. All right, so you were trying to qualify. You're in Chicago running that marathon, trying to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and you have to qualify for the Boston, you have to have 2 successful marathons, right?
Right, I have to run under a 3-hour and 21-minute marathon to qualify.
Did you qualify?
I didn't qualify.
Oh, you didn't qualify?
You missed by what?
25 seconds.
Oh, those are 25 seconds that you probably could have made it.
Oh my God, yeah, I was running really well up until probably about mile 21, 22. I knew I was getting in a little bit of trouble, but I was still, running probably 8-minute pace and started slowing down a little bit more, and then I fell down. The whole video doesn't show it, but I tried to pull myself up about 4 times.
Oh, we see you.
Oh,
no, we see you.
There you go.
Colleen, I think some people who don't follow marathons, the runners have a little chip in their shoe, and so they run over these things in the ground that send out, once you go over them, they send out texts to people that you want, to be informed about where you are. So you were getting the text. He seemed like he was doing okay?
He was doing great. He was right on time. His miles they're showing 7:22 miles, and I thought, great, everything's going great, and we're trying to meet at Millennium Park in Chicago to meet up after the finish, and
he doesn't show at Millennium Park.
Well, I don't get a text until I was supposed to get a text between the 15 and 17 minutes after, and it didn't show up. And finally got one at 21 after, and I knew something was wrong. So
what did you think was wrong?
I knew that he had just something. He wasn't running at what his.
Okay.
You'd run a marathon before. I mean, what happened? Why was it so tough this time?
I can't explain it. My legs just gave out. I was determined to qualify. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind I was going to qualify.
Oh, look at you. I mean, look at that. As you're sitting there, you're looking at the officials who are saying what to you?
It was surreal. It really was a surreal experience because I could see the finish line. I was literally like 10 yards away, and just to collapse like that, and I couldn't move my legs.
Could you hear the crowd?
I could. The crowd was yelling, and the attendants on the other side were yelling at me, "You can do it! You can do it!
Wow.
You can do it!"
Yeah, you're 10 yards away. 2 guys stop.
Right.
They don't know each other, but they both decide to stop, lift you up,
right,
and take you across the finish line.
Right. These are guys that are trying to make their own times. They're trying to make their own times, and there they are.
Now, have you talked to either one of them?
I've talked to the news called me yesterday, and so I was able to talk to Ryan and thank him and just say how much I appreciate what he did. He's a hero to me.
Guess what? We tracked Ryan down, and we brought him out here. Come on out, Ryan.
Come on out, Ryan. Come on out. There's Ryan.
Ryan, good job.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Of course, Juliet goes in for the hug.
All right.
Good to see you, brother.
Thanks a lot.
Nice job, man.
So,
we tried to find the other guy, but nobody knows where he is. He may be from another country.
So if you're watching the show, we're on in some.
Call us.
Yeah, hi. Whatever. You're trying to make your own time, though. What made you stop? Because there were a lot of folks, we're not mad at them, but They kept going. What made you stop?
I was just focused on the finish at that point, and then I see a runner, Tom, kind of down on the ground, and he was so determined. He's crawling hands and knees to the finish line. It almost stopped me dead in my tracks. And I just felt like I had to go over and see if he's okay. And, first, just make sure everything's okay, because scary stuff can happen at a marathon. And then,
yeah. Well, last year was rough.
Right, and then get him on his feet, because the clock's still running. We got to get to the finish line. Every second counts at that point. So,
and it's okay if you're helped across. It still counts, right?
Right. The officials couldn't help me, but
but they can. Other runners can. That's what runners do. They help each other.
Right.
Colleen, now did you get word? He's not at Millennium Park. What do you think had happened? Did you get word where he was?
Actually, a nurse called me and told me.
A nurse?
And told me he was in the medical tent, and that to stay put, because we were supposed to meet there. She didn't know they didn't have a status
yet. Are your
yet.
kids with you there?
My kids are with me. That's where we meet. We didn't go to the finish line because it was so crowded. So
you were okay though when you got the nurse.
I was okay with that, because that's normal.
But
normal. I mean, you could have a blister and be in the medical tent.
Yeah, but
right?
then you get another phone call, and the doctor wants to talk to you.
Yeah, and then the nurse calls and said that the doctor wanted to talk to me, and somehow, my heart dropped. But then he reassured me and told me he was fine.
Are you all right, Tom?
Doing blood work.
I'm doing fine.
What happened?
I
mean,
body just gave out.
You've recovered?
I've recovered. I'm still very sore, but
Will you ever? I mean, after all that, it's so hard to qualify for the Boston Marathon.
Right.
Will you ever try again?
Oh, absolutely.
You will.
It was funny when I was laying down in the bed in the medical tent. I said I'm never going to run again because I was feeling so bad. But
why did you not give up? I mean, because so many people would have just said forget it.
I just I flew with my family when we flew up from Birmingham to Chicago to run it. So for my family to fly up and be there, I wanted to make them proud. And just qualify it.
Well, Ryan, congratulations, Tom. Ryan, we have a little gift for you. Because of your sportsmanship and for acting in the spirit of the big race, we want to present you with the very first M&J solid
dude.
You're a solid dude.
All right.
So here's your solid dude medal.
that's great. Thank you.
You're solid, man.
But wait a second, very quickly, before we go, we don't want to leave you alone. Tom, we know that you were hoping to qualify for the 2010 Boston Marathon.
Right.
The mother of all marathons. It's very tough to get in, so we decided we'd try and call. We spoke with the communications director of the Boston Athletic Association, and here's what he says. Following a review of Tom's results from this past weekend's Chicago Marathon, the BAA registration office has agreed to accept your application for the 2010 Boston Marathon. Nice job, kiddo. You deserve it. You were 25 seconds off. You would have made it had you not collapsed. Nice job. Congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations, Colleen.
All right, let's be all together. It'd be great.
Tom's happy. What's that mean for you?
Oh, it means the world. It means the world. I mean, it was my dream to qualify, so.
That's awesome. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Do us proud.
I will.
We're going to follow you. All right. Up next this morning, a little misty there. When a woman starts planning her wedding, the race is on to look as trim and as toned as he possibly can on the big day.
That's for sure.
Truly.
It's like a marathon. Every bride wants to look good for those wedding pictures, right? But wait, what happens a few years down the road when the woman in those pictures looks a whole lot different?